Yes, Zaga, Yaga, you know the vibes. You rocking out with yours truly. I am the sauce, shot sizzle. Got a little time. Um, so I say, yo, why not come on, shoot the breeze real quick. Um, Top Rank just wrapped up their weigh-in. Everybody done hit the scales. Those guys are ready to go. I know. I think the PBC's Showtime PBC is a little later, being that it's on the West Coast. But Top Rank was 12 p.m. They was in and out. Unlike the last time in Newark, if you know, you know. Last time September, that Friday. No, actually it was a Thursday because the fight was tonight. It was a Friday night fight. Last time in Newark. So that Wayne Thursday was like it wasn't on time. If you know, you know that was when Shakur missed weight. But this time, watching it on the YouTube Top Rank channel, smooth sailing in and out like a robbery. They got guys on the scale. Shout out to Troy Isley reposting. I like reposted him and he reposted it, man. Shout out to Troy, Transformer Troy. Definitely do your thing tomorrow. But this particular stream, I want to discuss the fight cards, man. You got a lot of when it comes to boxing, right? And YouTube, you have a lot of channels that always want to, you know, make it seem like one company is better than the other company, right? So I posed the question today: who has the better card tomorrow? Who has the better card? Um, the top rank card is loaded. I'll be honest with you, loaded. You know, Keish. Let's start from the top to the bottom. I was looking. The opening bout probably is going to be a good fight. It's a rematch. When I seen the two names, right, Antoine Dobson and Javon, I can't think of his last name. I'm like, oh, they fought. I remember that fight in September on that Friday night. One of the fighters was Bullet's fighter. Shout out to Bullet, Rolly's trainer. And they fought to a draw. It was a good fight. So it's good to see them running it back. But that card is loaded, man. I was watching the weigh-in. I'm like, man, I think I'm going to be glued to the tube before, because I'm out right now. How I'm feeling, pretty much the work day is over, but I just want to rest. Like not in a sense like rest, but just relax. You know what I'm saying? That's like give or take. If I do go to the fights tomorrow, that's 3 hours back and forth at a minimum. Might even be longer because going there they're gonna hit some traffic. But coming home after the fights, there won't be that much traffic. Saturday night, Sunday morning, however you slice it. But it's a minimum of 3 hours, man. That's what I said. I don't know, man. I'm still in the air. But shout out to my peoples. They reached out to me. They took care of me. Most likely I could have had worked this fight. Like I said, I'm doing other things. My attention and focus is elsewhere. But overall, I think Top Ring got the better card, man. And I know y'all gonna say, "Oh, you're Top Ring bias. You hate the PBC." No, I'm a buy. At the end of the day, I'm like a coach. I am like a manager, a promoter. I don't play sides, man. Because like I've been telling you, if the fights are right, the fights are right. But I just gotta keep it to it. The top ranked card is out. Yo, they got so many people on the card, man. Like smacking on this mushroom. Um, Antoine Dobson, Shoo Shoo. You got two heavyweight fights on this card. Um, the Davis brothers. I'm trying not to forget nobody. Um, Troy Isley. I didn't see Duke Reagan. I thought Duke Reagan was on this card. He might have got scratched. I didn't. I didn't. Maybe I might have missed him on the scales, but I don't think I seen him on the scales. I gotta hit my people up for about sheet. See if they can show me about sheet. Cause I would love about sheet. You know, just to look it over. Um, overall, man, great card, man. I think they outdid Sebastian Fedora's card, man, because there was so much coverage on this top rank card that I even forgot that they was fighting. I completely forgot. Like yesterday, the coverage. The only reason I remember that they're fighting, and like I did the little piece this morning. Shout out to Fino Boxing. If Fino Boxing didn't do that interview with Steven Espinoza at the press conference, I would have it would have completely slipped my mind that Sebastian Fedora was fighting also tomorrow. And that Showtime PBC had a card, man. Like I said, there's no real coverage. See, all the real frontliners, you know what I'm saying? They was if they wasn't at Tank's media workout, they was in Newark, man. The YouTube media that cover the fights, I seen a lot of them on deck with their content. They was in Newark, man. And it just made me forget, like, damn, the PBC also has a card. That's neither here nor there, man. As a boxing fan, at least we got um two, at the same time, basically, fight cards. But what I'm going to definitely do, like I said, I'm gonna be watching the top ring card. The PBC card, you could always replay that on Sunday morning. And that's most likely what I'm going to do. But as far as the live fight, it's top rank, man. I gotta go with the rank, man. I want to see Troy Isley. I want to see Shoo Shoo. I want to see Calvin Davis. I want to see those guys fight, man. I want to see those guys fight. And like I said, Sunday is Easter. I do not want to be, groggy on Easter Sunday. Cause I would have drove, man. I would have drove in. It's like I'm just coming off work in a fight week. I would have loved to have shot the weigh-in today. Even a couple of the fights. I'm not gonna lie, but shooting fights, you get a lot of frames in the fights, man. It's a lot of work that goes into that afterwards. The weigh-in not so bad. You still got a lot of frames, but it's a weigh-in that the fight. You see how fast that weigh-in went. That weigh-in was like I want to say they was in and out. No more than 20 minutes. Now, actual fight, depending on the rounds and you know how long it goes, the amount of still frames you take from a fight, forget about it, man. You be going through frames for days, you know. But I had the opportunity Like I said, I'm not gonna let y'all know all of my business, but I could have shot this weekend. My resume is growing. So I do work with a lot of fighters now. God is good, man. Little old me. I reached out, man. I was like, yo, but I knew I did. I had the time as far as taking off from work, but it would have been too much of a hassle. Like, look, the weigh-in is over, right? I could have been back by give or take. I would have hit a little time because the weigh-in was at 12. I mean, I would have been back in time to get my kids and everything off the bus, but I didn't want to take the day off from work. I just didn't want to do it, man. I got the time, but I want to build my time up, you know? Because I definitely got a phone call I could have shot today, you know? And I was like, I was so eager. I was like, you know what? Uh, but it's good to know that your services are needed, you know? It's good to know that, you know? But I said next time. I like that. I like that. That I because I ain't gonna front. I forgot to uh to apply for credentials. And last week at the fight, the top ranked people was telling me, and they was like, "Are you working with a fighter?" And I was like, I don't think so." And then a fighter reached out, and I was like, man. And that's all it takes. Like, if you have fighters on the card, right? For those of you guys that call yourself media, want to do media work, if you have a fighter on the card, all it is a phone call, or email, whatever. It can get you in, especially with a working pass. But like a lot of y'all are not workers on the internet, man. The type of work y'all do, that's why I always say, show me your work. The type of work y'all do, it doesn't really, it's not gonna get you in the door, man. I'm just saying, man. It might and it might not, depending on the type of work you do, you know. Because one thing about content creators, right? Depending on who you're affiliated with, because you see a lot of YouTube channels. I noticed that yesterday at the press conference. There was a lot of YouTube channel personality guys in there. But interviews like that, they're cool, but it's like everybody has the same content. If you're not going to the VIP presses where you get that hour to do your own thing, all that, media scrum interviews, like I was explaining yesterday, they're cool, but it's like if five different YouTube media platforms are doing a media scrum, right? You basically all gonna have the same content. It's just your question might be a little different. And then how that goes, I learned that coming up, right? If a channel is bigger than yours, as far as like algorithm and views, and they throw the material out quick, right? Like ASAP, because a lot of them be right there on their phone. They as soon as they do the interview, they put it right out. So by the time you edit your stuff up and put it out, it's already out. And then with YouTube, right? And a lot of people that watch YouTube that are boxing fans, for whatever reason, they just go to the channels that they like to frequent. That's it. Meanwhile, y'all have the same interview. Same interview. I used to always laugh at that. Like, yo, I used to let me know. I remember it might have been Porter. I know it was the PBC days. It might have been Porter Garcia when they had the media workout in Gleason's. And the PBC is big on the fight hubs and fight hype and the boxing voice. Um, was Ellie there? Was somebody from Ellie's team there? I don't know. But all the guys was in there, and one thing about Premier Boxing Champion, they try to cater to certain YouTube platforms. They do. It is what it is. And they was given the certain YouTube platforms, like I think, matter of fact, and I think Boxing Ego was there. All the and Fred, shout out to Fred. This is around the time when Fred was still covering fights. So it was like Fred. I don't think Blue was there this time. I know he was at the fight, but I don't think he did the media workout. But Fred was there. It was like the regulars. But they was giving these dudes like the access. And I was just sitting back. This was early stages of the game. And I was just sitting back, like I always do, observing, trying to, figure out who's who. And I was seeing it then. I'm like, yo, this is familiar. This media, how they got it set up over here. They want us to be like paparazzi. They want us to look like we're chasing the fighters for interviews. Like it was just. It wasn't until I got with like, who else got something similar to like how Top Ring got a match room. It wasn't until I started working other events that I really noticed. I'm like, yeah, they more organized. Their media setup is more structured. Yeah. But what do you expect though? Top Rank has been at it for a long time. A long, long time. And one thing about Top Rank, they all really ran like a machine. Very organized. I got a real glimpse of that last week, how organized they are. But they have a real staff. Like, not saying that the other companies don't, that the PBC and what's the other one? Matchroom and these don't have staff. But it's like when Top Rank, what I noticed, like I want to say, like I use military terms. They got different tactical forces, like different outfits, and it shows in their production because they really got that weighing off in like 20 minutes, man. They was getting fighters in and out off the scale. I'm gonna tell you, the only delay came was when Larry Hazard. For those of y'all that don't know, Larry Hazard is the commissioner of the New Jersey Athletic Boxing. Very strict, sturdiest dude, good guy. I gotta find my picture that I got with him. But he did the same thing in September. He told the guys this time live on the YouTube live, yo, don't act a fool during the face off because you will be fined 25 flat. Yeah, they strict, man. I don't think they allow recording in the locker room. They don't. They gotta, like, you can't have. I think you can do your picture. No, you can't. They don't want you taking no live video. No live videos. Yes, man. The top ranked card. Shout out to that, man. That card is better, man. I just gotta put it out there. That's no PBC shade or nothing. Top rank guy. The top rank card is loaded with young prospects. You got three Olympians on their card. Two of the Olympians on the card are silver medalists, and Shakur and Keyshawn. You got Troy Isley, who's an Olympian, undefeated middleweight prospect. The co-main event has chances to be a sleeper, and Gentleman George, and Big Baby Jared Anderson. Card is nice, man. Can't wait to watch it, man. I want to come on and give y'all a little sauce right now. Cause I'm about to start this machine up, man, and get it in gear. But for those of y'all that's gonna play this back, feel free to drop a comment, man. Which is the better card? I placed my vote. I'm going with Top Rank. I know you're gonna say I'm biased. I'm this, that, and the third. No, I'm a boxing fan. Their fights are better, man, right now on this card. Yeah, they're displaying um young talented hitters on this card, man. From top to bottom. It is what it is, man. It is what it is. Mr. Kill two birds with one stone. So that's why I'll give y'all another stream. So when I go home, before I go to the gym tonight, I can try to edit some more pictures. You know? 'Cause streaming, and shout out to y'all that do it. Streaming takes a lot of time, man. It does. And when you have actual content to try to put out, as far as like still pictures and frames, you don't have the time for all of that. That's why I snuck one in early this morning. You know what I mean? I'm trying to sneak this one in now, give y'all two birds with one stone action. But yeah, top rank card is better, man. I know a lot of channels ain't gonna admit that because it's hard for them to, especially when you bash. See, one thing about me, y'all say I'm a PBC hater, but how can I be a PBC hater and I still work with a lot of their fighters? Like, how can I be a hater of a company that provides for fighters that I work with? You know, I just call a spade, man. You know, that's it. If a fight card is weak, it's weak. Like me and somebody was talking yesterday, and I'm not gonna throw them out their name out there, but they was in agreement with me with this. The Tank Davis pay-per-view undercard is weak. I was like, yo, I agree. But for $85, it should have been some better matchups. You know, that's a stiff tab for a pay-per-view. You know, yo, the dill pickle. Let me see how much sodium is in here. Mm, I know it. You can taste it. A lot of sodium on these joints. Huge C's, double flavor. Definitely all double flavor. You taste the sodium. That's salt for those of y'all that don't know. But yeah, listen, I'm gonna wrap this up. Get this machine going. Y'all wanna hear a roar? Take me a nice slow ride. Anything. I might jump back on this evening, later on this evening, depending on my mood, you know. But y'all be good, man. Enjoy the rest of y'all Friday. Keep God first. Zaga. Yaga. You know the vibes. Once again, Top Rank's card is better. You heard it here first with the Source Experience. The Top Rank card is better. Feel free to give your opinion. You know, place your vote. And we're off. Look, I just threw it in gear. With that being said, I'm going to do like I said I was going to do. I came back home from Tulsa, a black cowboy. Giddy up! Yeehaw!
Yo, man, it's your hot tucker, man. The real GOAT, LeBron Don of the game, man. Shout out to the Source Talk podcast. Shout out my man Showtime Shot. If you ain't know, now you know. Hear about it.
Screw you. That's right.
Like, subscribe, and hit that bell.